Hello, welcome back to Blue Harvest Vintage Toys, and on today's video it's going to be a top 5. As you can see, I've got my lady shelf here, and it's going to be the top 5 hottest female characters. It is hot. At number 5 we have Taffy Allen. Taffy Allen was a female Leithan Twi'lek who became a Sith Lady. Talon was styled with black Sith tattoos covering her body, including her head and leku. Each tattoo had been earned in ritual combat, and as a Sith apprentice she was trained by a fellow Twi'lek Sith Lord named Darth Rune, whom she later killed with a swift decapitation strike of her lightsaber, shortly before ascending to the rank of fully fledged Sith. This Taffy Allen figure was released in 2008 in a comic 2-pack together with Cade Skywalker. Taffy Allen's character was never seen in any feature-length movies, but had quite a few appearances in the expanded universe. The Taffy Allen premium format figure captures every stunning detail of the Twi'lek Sith Lord. Each piece is individually painted and finished to exacting standards, each its own unique quality and detail as a trademark of a handcraft Sideshow Collectibles premium format figure. The striking and bold coloured figure is cast in high quality polystone and complete with hand painted detailing. The Taffy Allen premium figure is an outstanding addition to any Star Wars collection and a perfect centrepiece to any display. And I think you'll agree with me, a worthy addition to this top 5. At number 4, yes, we have another Twi'lek. There's something of a pattern forming there, but this one is on the light side, and that is Leia Sakura. A Force-sensitive Ruthian Twi'lek female, was a Jedi Master and served as a Jedi General in the Grand Army of the Republic during the Clone Wars. Prior to the Clone Wars, Sakura learned the ways of the Force as a Padawan of Jedi Master Quinlan Vos. With the outbreak of civil war between the Galactic Republic and the Confederacy of Independent Systems, Sakura and her fellow Jedi supported the Republic by becoming officers in the newly formed military. As a general, she commanded the clone troopers of the 327th Star Corps, with Commander CC-5052 Bly serving at Sakura's side. Throughout the conflict, Sakura fought alongside her soldiers in multiple battles across the galaxy, from Geonosis to Quell, Coruscant and Felucia. As the war drew to an end, the clones were instructed by Supreme Chancellor Sheev Palpatine to execute Order 66, resulting in a sudden purge of the Jedi Order at the hands of their own troopers. As a result, Sakura was amongst the first casualties in the purge, having been shot in the back repeatedly by Bly and several other clone troopers. Now, the original Star Wars movies were slim pickings when it came to hot females, let alone any women at all. George Lucas must have decided to make up for that in the prequels, and was sure to include many multi-hued alien women in the previous Jedi Order. The most obvious of these is Sakura, who most male fans would like to fill up with the Force. Sakura doesn't do much in the prequels besides looking exotic, with her blue tentacles and skimpy shirt, and gets shot down like a dog by the clone army. But her memory lives on in plastic form, and most lovingly in this dynamic figure from Hasbro's Unleashed line, which is all blue head, tentacles and full dreamy hips. You could easily flip 4 and 5. It just really depends on what side of the Force you're on, and how good or bad you like your women. At number 3 we have Supergirl. Supergirl is the name of the several fictional superheroine characters appearing in American comic books published by DC Comics. The original and most well-known Supergirl is Kara Zor-El, who is the cousin of the superhero Superman. The character made her first appearance in Action Comics 252 in May 1959 and was created by Otto Binder and Al Plastino. That is his real name. Created as a female counterpart to Superman, Kara Zor-El shares her superpowers and vulnerability to kryptonite. Supergirl plays a supporting role in various DC comic publications, including Action Comics, Superman, and several comic book series unrelated to Superman. In 1969, Supergirl's adventures became the lead feature in Adventure Comics, and she later starred in an eponymous comic book series which debuted in 1972 and ran until 1974, followed by a second monthly comic book series, The Daring New Adventures of Supergirl, which ran from 1982 to 1984. Due to changing editorial policy at DC, Supergirl was initially killed off in 1985 limited series Crisis on Infinite Earths. DC Comics subsequently rebooted the continuity of the DC comic universe, they always do, re-establishing Superman's character the sole survivor of Krypton's destruction. Following the conclusion of the Crisis on Infinite Earths, several different characters written as having no familiar relationship to Superman have assumed the role of Supergirl, including Matrix, Linda Danvers, and Cyril. Following the cancellation of the third Supergirl comic book series, 1996-2003, which starred the Matrix Linda Danvers version of the character, a modern version of Kara Zor-El was reintroduced into the DC comic continuity in the Supergirl from Krypton story within Superman Batman number 8, February 2004. This modern Kara Zor-El stars as Supergirl in an eponymous comics book series and additional in a supporting role in various other DC comic publications. Since the initial comic book appearance, the character had later branched out into animation, film, television and merchandising. In May 2011, Supergirl placed 94th on all time on IGN's list of top 100 comic book heroes of all time. In November 2013, the character placed 17th on IGN's list of the top 25 heroes of DC Comics. This Supergirl is faithfully replicated from Shunya's illustrations into a highly detailed sculpt. Supergirl poses confidently with her hair and cape flowing along the wind while showing off her lean muscles. And I first fell in love with Supergirl in 1984's film Supergirl, funnily enough, played by Helen Slater. And she would be higher if it wasn't for the next character. So at number 2 we have Black Widow. This is from The Winter Soldier, Hot Toys 2014. Hot Toys have produced four Black Widow figures so far. In 2010 it was based on Iron Man 2 and it won the Poppies that year for the best female figure. In 2013 it was based on the Avengers and it won again. And in 2014 they released my favourite of the four based on Winter Soldier and yes, it won again. In 2015 we got the version based on the Avengers Age of Ultron. And you know the Poppies outcome. And in 2017 we got our 5th Black Widow, this time based on Captain America Civil War, which took the Poppies again. While the portraits improved with every release, I'm partial to the straight hair we got with the Winter Soldier's version. Obviously your mileage will vary, but I'm betting at least one of those four is pretty high on your list as well. And it does help that it is the likeness of the most gorgeous woman in the world. So here we are, number 1. Yes, it's Slave Leia. And yes, I'm going to call her Slave Leia. I always have done, and I always will do. Jabba's prisoner, I don't know, Jabba's Slayer. It's Slave Leia. It's no secret that Princess Leia in a skimpy gold bathing suit is an icon for nerd fantasy. Having secured the position the moment Jabba dragged her on screen in Return of the Jedi became not just the exciting conclusion to the Star Wars saga, but the exciting conclusion to many nerds' X-rated dreams. The problem is that Kenner Hasbro has had some difficulty over the years sculpting Carrie Fisher's face, without it looking like Dr. Cornelius from the Planet of the Apes. This problem might just be isolated to normal scaled Star Wars figures though, because Hasbro has got things damned right when they recreated Slave Leia in their dynamic Unleashed line. Leaning on a staff weapon, like a stripper pole, every taut muscle and revealing aspect of a bikini is rendered amazingly in this figure of Leia. That is guaranteed to make even her own brother swoon. So I was 13 years old when Return of the Jedi came out, and you can understand my feelings towards this. Number 3, Supergirl came into my life a year later too, and my raging hormones couldn't control the sight of both of them. And it's not until I saw Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow with that red hair. I'm a bit of a sucker for red hair, I'll admit that. But Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, will always be my number 1. There she is, Slave Leia, on my Leia shelf. So I hope you liked my top 5 hottest female characters. If you disagreed with me, you probably did. Let me know in the comments. Which ones have I missed? Which is your top 5? Let me know. We can discuss it on the Pala Boys later on. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. And watch my next video coming very soon. May the toys be with you.